Insta360 gives us a bunch of different modes or filters, if you will, for their camera. I actually have this thing taped up with some paper on this side just so that I can show you this and it'll be really easily readable. But we have the standard mode, which is for modern color rendition for everyday scenes. Then we have the glow mode, which is for low contrast, cold tones, and suitable for vlogs or portraits. Then we have the selfie mode, which is soft, warm tones, suitable for vlogs or portraits. So main thing is soft, warm tones there. Then we have the vivid mode, which is rich and vivid colors for cinematic scenes. We've got the NC film, which simulates vintage negative film with high contrast. We have the NC film 2, which simulates modern negative film with high contrast. Then we have CC film, which simulates vivid positive film colors for rich, bold tones. And then lastly, CC film 2, which simulates vivid positive film colors for rich, bold tones, and it has been optimized for night scenes. And these are all the different filters that you can put this camera into. I actually ran outside, and you saw those playing there, of me just on the bike, and well, I didn't run outside, I was biking outside, and I went through all of these different settings, but this was before they sent out the update. I don't think they made some massive changes. I think this was all just refinements, but it will give you an idea of what you could expect out of these filters for your camera. So I'm gonna let those videos play, and then we'll come back in right afterwards, and I'll tell you my thoughts, and then we'll be done. So if you wanna watch those, stick around, see how they look. This is 4K 30 and standard profile out here on an awesome little bike ride with my daughter, and totally gorgeous. I have an Indy32 on the camera right now, and I don't have the shutter speed set to 1/60 or anything like that. I have everything set to auto so I can focus on my face, but I just thought I'd show you, like, this is kind of why I like the Indy filter, is it lets you lower that shutter speed just a little bit, even if it's only doing the auto lower. I could drop it down to 60, but I like the way that the camera just kind of handles everything. So I'm going to show you all the different profiles, and you can get an idea of what this camera looks like in those different settings. So this is the glow profile, and they say that it has low contrast, cold tones, and it's suitable for vlogs or portraits. I don't love this one as much. I just feel like it doesn't have the best look, and you're going to have to work a little bit to try and make it look good in the end. But I figured I'd go ahead and show it to you. We're out here in another developing neighborhood, because it's just fun to check them out. I got my other daughter behind me now, and we're just having fun. Yeah, that was Skylar. So let's go ahead and switch over to the next profile. It is the selfie profile. This is the selfie profile, which has soft, warm tones, and it's also suitable for vlogs or portraits. I actually think this one looks pretty decent, at least from when I tried it before. I kind of liked it, but I actually care for their almost film grade look, which I'm going to show you right now. I just think it's kind of cool and not overdone. So this is actually the vivid profile. You can probably tell by just looking at it. My shirt's probably popping like crazy. We got blue skies in the background, green grass all around, and overall a nice little profile. And now the cloud is coming over the sun, so you should have a little bit of shade there for this Indy32. But that's the vivid profile. I think it looks nice. It's got some punchy colors and maybe good for some cinematic stuff. So this is their NC film, which simulates negative film. And I just think that's so cool. Just like this look right here, there's something about this that really appeals to me. It's not gonna appeal to everyone, but we just lost the sun too, so that's gonna be unfortunate because the Indy32 is not made for this kind of experience. It's been so bright today, and now we just lost that. We'll see if we can get you guys a little bit of this. But that is the NC film profile. Look at that. I just think that looks really good. And I like this look for the whole experience. So this is the NC Film 2, and I just really like how these look. I don't know quite the difference between the two of these yet, the Film 1 and the Film 2. Maybe I'll figure it out after watching this video back, but I just think it's fun. I feel like it's actually a good profile to use for a vlog, just because it feels kind of like nostalgic. So maybe that's just me, but I think it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and flip over to the last two. So I just realized that NC Film 1 simulates vintage negative film, and NC Film 2 simulates modern negative film. Whatever that means, with rich tones. All the other stuff is the same, but it's simulating vintage versus modern, and this is Film 1, in case you were wondering. So this is CC film, and it simulates vivid, positive tone colors of like older film, whatever that might be, as opposed to NC film. So I don't know which one I like better between these two, but I still think that these are kind of fun, and I want to explore these a little more under other lighting conditions, because this is pretty harsh sunlight right here. So anyway, we'll do the last one really quick, and then you'll have seen all the profiles. So this is CC Film 2, which simulates rich, positive film colors with bold tones, and it has been optimized for night scenes. Maybe that's low light, maybe that's, I don't really know, but it's definitely not nighttime. I did just catch a cloud, and it is ND32, so maybe that's doing something, but I mean, it looks good to me. I think on this screen, we'll see 4K 30, whatever they've given us as the final results. But I've really enjoyed this. We've just been out here ripping around this lake, making some wonderful memories with my daughter back here, and now we're gonna head home. We're just gonna go head home. Boom. I love this e-bike, man. All right, remember, you're either gonna sink or swim. Let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side. So one thing I will say is it is really easy to switch through the modes when you're just out and about running around. You can kind of figure out what you like. I did have the ND32 filter on for this, which is this guy right here, I believe. Yep, this is the ND32. And my biggest issue with this is, honestly, it was still not bright enough outside to merit a 32, and that wasn't the filter's fault. That was just the day. It started off as a very, very sunny, clear day, and then when I went out on the bike ride, it started to get cloudy, and so those clouds would come and go. And I think that the 32 really hurt the auto mode here, because it had to kind of push the ISO up to try and compensate for how dark it was. So that would have impacted the image quality, but probably not so much the image style, maybe a little bit. So in hindsight, I would have either gone with the ND8, or I also have actually, wasn't going to talk about these with this one, but this is the Bright Day kit. And this actually has an ND16 with a polarizer built into it. So I probably should have gone with a 16 or an 8 on a day like today, because the clouds kept coming in and out. And I went with or I could have gone with just this 8 instead of the polarizer. I don't really know which one I would prefer, because I haven't tested these out enough. But what I will say is I am really starting to like those film grades, just because I think it looks a little bit nostalgic and different. You saw me talk about that in the video, and it's something that I want to play around with a little more. So you're going to see some content coming out in the future on this channel, where I am going through each filter for like one little vlog. So I might do a vlog, and I've already done enough with the standard profile and the glow, or standard and glow, so I'm probably going to do a vlog in the selfie mode, and so you can kind of see how those colors play out. Then we'll do another one that's in the vivid mode, and see what that looks like across the board, just to give people an idea of what to expect and how you could maybe push this camera into different areas and have fun doing it. And then there's obviously the issue of the filters in general, like should you even put filters on, or should you just go with whatever the camera pulls out? I do think if you want that natural motion blur, then you're going to want the ND filter, because then you can have your shutter speed and your frame rates at the 180 rule. And if you don't know, your frames per second is the FPS is 4K 30, 4K 60, 1080p, 30 or 60, something like that. And then your shutter speed is going to be that 1/60 or 1/120, which is how fast the shutter is moving. And you typically want those to be at a 180. So basically double is what you want. That's pretty much it. So these are the filters that I am currently testing. I actually have some other filters over here. I'll just reach over here really quick. I've talked about these before. These are the K&F filters, and they are a little bit bigger. They are polarized, or actually no, only one of them is polarized. Yeah, only one of them is polarized. And so I just need to kind of get an idea of how these play out. I tested the small polarizer from this one, and I think that I want a bigger polarizer on there, but we will see as we run these tests. And these things just take time, but they are fun to do. So I will let you know my results as we get through them. But remember, you're either going to sink or swim, so let's rise with the tide, and I'll see you on the flip side.